Hey, this is Curt Bisquera, Turkey B, and I'm going to show you how to install the base plate. Check this out. What's cool about the base plate, it comes with mounting hardware just in case of your existing lug screws are too short. I find that the existing lug screws on the DW bass drums work just perfectly with the base plate. So go ahead and unscrew them from your bass drum. Again, the batter side, 2 lugs at the very bottom. As you can see here, I'm going to do a 2-for-1 where I'm installing both a felt strip and a base plate for my bass drum. The bottom of the base plate, as you can see, that's the part that needs to be even with the hoop, and I'll show you how to do that in a moment. Go ahead, mount up the base plate, get those screws in there along with the lug, get them lined up with the corresponding slots on the base plate, and you'll find that it'll just cinch right on and tighten up perfectly. All right, go ahead and cinch on your hoop, finger tight, and that'll at least get you in the ballpark to align your base plate with the edge of the hoop. Also, finger tighten your lugs as well, because you're going to need to have those loose so you could adjust the base plate either forward or backward, getting it in line with the hoop. As you can see here, that's pretty spot on with the edge of the hoop and the edge of the base plate. So now go ahead and tighten everything back up. The next part you want to adjust is your spurs. Now, what you want to do with those is get those locked down and tightened up. I use a rug, so I make sure that the spur is sticking out about 1/4 of an inch so it gets good grab on the rug. And then what I'm going to do then is flip it over. But before I do that, I'm going to check my edges of the bass drum hoop and the base plate and make sure they're perfectly even. And it looks like they are. All right, let's flip this bad boy over. Okay, now that we have it flipped over, I'm going to use what my dear friend Simon Phillips calls a plinth. But here in America, we call it a level. So I'm going to use my level and I'm going to put it on top of the bass drum and I'm going to adjust the spurs to make sure that it adjusts the bass drum level with the front and back of the kick drum. So when I put my pedal on, I'll get supreme sustain out of the kick drum. I found by using a plinth or a level that it works perfectly to get that ultimate adjustment for the kick drum. It'll be weird if you're a person that used to tilt it up from the front, but then now that it's flat, you'll really start digging the feel of that. And you could really dig in if you're like a beater into the head type of person or play off of the head. It's so much easier. Okay, I got it all mounted up and it's good to go. For more information, go to bass-plate.com.